Okay, now we've got our cartoon character, we want to animate him. Now with having more than one layers, and having different body parts and doing slightly different things, it's not quite as easy to animate, particularly with tween, than it was before. So if I wanted his arm, and I wanted it to rotate up in a wave, what I can do is I can put, say at keyframe 10, my keyframe, at frame 10, my keyframe. Now notice the rest disappears. So it's disappeared because this frame is starting from 1 and running to 10. These are just starting at 1 and not going anywhere. So I will need to insert, you can do a keyframe or a frame. I tend to do a frame because I'm not going to change it. If you highlight down, you can insert your frame. So here I want to make my move. Now watch this, this is where the problem occurs. If I click on my free transform tool and I do my rotate and I move it, so it's going to rotate up to there to wave. Okay, now if I right click between those two dots, create classic tween, watch what happens when I run it. It slides and it turns because the computer doesn't know whether to move it or to turn it. So it kind of does both. Now there is a way around that, but it takes a few steps. So I'm going to undo this. Back to where we were. Okay, and we need to go right back to the beginning. Where we have nothing. So what we need to do first is we need to convert this into a symbol and say this is an animated symbol. This is going to be an animation, so therefore Flash will go, all right, this is going to be an animation. I know exactly what to apply to it. So to do that, we right click and we go convert to symbol at the bottom. So we're right clicking on our object, convert to symbol. Make sure out of the three it's a movie clip, and I'm going to call this one, so I'm going to call this one right arm because that is what I have called that layer. Notice I'm not using a space. Okay, better if you don't use a space. Now I get a box around it and I can't edit it. So if I click on that field now, I can't drag it around like I did before. There is a way around that, but I'm not going to show that for the moment. Now, insert our keyframe at frame 10. Okay, it's still got the blue box because it is a, it's now an object, it's a symbol, sorry. Insert our frames by highlighting, insert frame. And now if I go to this one and I click with my third tool down, my free transform tool, I rotate it and move it to where I want it. It's just up here. I then right click between the two dots and I create a classic tween. There we go, it moves. Okay, the end one might need to come out a bit more. Sometimes it's a bit funny, that might be better. And we've got a wave up. I can now say right click at 20, insert keyframe. Again, I'm going to insert my frames here to bring these ones in. I'm going to rotate it back down, put it back around where it was. It's going to be perfect, which was there. Insert a classic tween, and now I have a waving alien. Okay. If I want to do any other layers, okay, all I need to do is insert a keyframe. So if I wanted his other arm to go up as well, first thing is click on the first keyframe, select it, convert it to a symbol. Remember, you need to do that. Left arm. And now if I insert a keyframe here, okay, I can rotate that one as well. I can right click in between those two dots, create a classic tween, and I now have animation on two layers. Okay, the real key point is you really need to convert things to symbols first, and if you're really concerned about that, take each layer at a time and convert each layer to a symbol first. So by right clicking convert to symbol, choosing a movie clip, convert them all first if you're going to get confused with that, and then you can do your animation. You can stop, remember, if you don't add in frames, you can stop a layer from coming on. You can actually add a new layer. So if I add a new layer, and I'm going to call this, I don't know, UFO. If I insert a keyframe here, at that point, I'm just going to have a red shape just to show you how this works. You can see it's white there, and then it goes, gets the keyframe, goes grey, and that means that that frame doesn't appear, come in until, whatever frame this is, which is frame 12, I think. Okay, so using those skills, you should now be able to animate your cartoon character, and if you've done your animation of your cartoon character, you can then go on to adding other elements in to make a little bit of a story. Anything you add that's new, any new characters, objects, items, add in as a new layer. Right, have a go at animating your cartoon character.